Bathurst, the city and the event it's perhaps most well known for, the Bathurst 1000, both have a special place in my heart. Can't wait to see what's in store for this year. I'm honestly really excited for this race. It's going to be a long one. Obviously, it's the longest friggin' race we've got. It's 1,000 kilometers. In one frigging foul swoop, there are a few contenders, but it's pretty much anyone's race. Although that being said, I can't stand those bloody like pissant teams. You know the ones I'm talking about. Like, I won't name names because that's not fair. But you know what I'm talking about. They're like, oh, Bathurst is anyone's race. We've been nowhere in the championship, nowhere on other racetracks, but this is Bathurst. This is totally different. We're probably gonna win. Like, shut the fuck up. No. You've been nowhere all year. How are you managing to magically rise out of the abyss that is your championship campaign and come out on top at Bathurst? It doesn't make sense. It's got to be like a Stephen Bradbury kind of thing for that to happen. Anyway, not ruling that out. It is Bathurst. Yeah. Race 20 of the championship. Race 2 of the Pertec Enduro Cup. 23 turns, counterclockwise direction, 6.213 kilometers. And here's a fun fact, it's technically a street circuit because people actually live around the circuit and they have no other way of getting to their houses and properties. No other way of getting there apart from bloody driving the racetrack. How cool is that? That is obviously a rev head's dream. So, useless facts aside, we have grand prize at the end of it, Peter Brock Trophy, named after the legend himself, who died in a car accident in 2006. Not long after Steve Irwin. I remember it was a really hard year. But yeah. Should be a cracking race. I'm really excited to see what each team brings to the table. My contenders. Try and get some photos or some footage up. We've got, obviously, Jamie Whincup's going to be under a lot of pressure and a lot of scrutiny because of stupid decisions he's made these past 2 years. 2015, he overtook the safety car. Now, the safety car was pulled over to the right and it wasn't in the middle of the road. So it was a controversial thing. There's always got to be some controversy. It was bizarre. 2014, who could forget? He ran out of fuel on the last lap, and Chaz Mostert had already overtaken him at Forest Elbow, and he ran out of fuel on the last corner. Ended up going from bloody second down to 4th or 5th. It was really funny. 2013, I think he came second, so he wasn't under scrutiny there. But yeah. Oh, fun fact, I actually met Paul Dumbrell last year. He walked straight through the photo booth and on 1 hour's sleep and, not giving two fucks. It's just oh, hey, PD. And he's like, oh, hey, mate, how's it going? Yeah, not too bad, thanks. And then he just kept going. But yeah, it was so cool to actually meet a fucking race driver. Have a random encounter like that. It was so cool. Okay, so yeah. Jamie Whincup, I reckon he's going to be a contender. He's not my favourite, but he's a gutsy racer, so we'll see how he goes. Craig Lowndes, the People's Champion. I feel like he has a really good shot. He's kind of struggled a bit for like form in the past few races, but oh no, he hasn't. He got a podium a few races back. I lose track because it's not on free to air TV and I have to catch up online. But I feel like Garth Tander and Warren Luff have a good shot. They're coming off the back of their Sandown victory, and Tander, who no longer has a drive with HRT next year, he will be, eager to get results and, show that he's still as feisty and as relevant as ever, and he's a good racer. So I think he'll be one to watch, unless the car has a, massive bloody mechanical failure or something. Watch out for Garth Tander and Warren Luff on race day. Next on my list of contenders, we have David Reynolds and, is it Craig Baird? Yeah, Craig Baird. David Reynolds and Craig Baird. They're pretty good. Like, I don't remember. I don't have it on me like where he came at Sandown, but they've shown incredible pace at Bathurst these past few years, and he was leading in 2014 for a bit, and then there was something wrong with the car, and yeah, that was pretty crap. I remember that. I remember broadcasting on the screens and broadcasting into pit lane, and his girlfriend was bawling her eyes out. It was just, it was good to see that level of passion. And next we have Frosty, the reigning champion Mark Winterbottom and his co-driver Dean Canto. Frosty's always kind of been there at the end of Bathurst these past few years, but there's been a bit of I don't know what's going on. For some reason, there's just, I don't know, I don't think he's had the pace at the end. I remember, it was last year, I think he was second. That was pretty cool. That was a really good job. 2014, he was in contention, then Lowndes bloody crashed into him and spun him around and stuffed up both their chances at taking the race that day. Then 2013, first year I went there, Frosty won, and that was pretty exciting because I didn't want Whincup to win. Next contender I want to talk about, we have Van Gisbergen and Shane Van Gisbergen and Alex Premer. Alex Premer actually has, Premer has since changed. He was co-driving with the Volvo team, I remember, for the past few years. But then obviously Red Bull's probably approached him, said, hey, you've done lots of driving. Let's give you a lot more money than bloody the Volvo team. Come drive with us. And he's going, because he's French, that's my French laugh. And, of course, Van Gisbergen and Premer, they finished second at Sandown, so that's going to be... They'll be eager to follow that up with a good result and stay in the hunt for this. Well, Van Gisbergen's actually leading the championship, but I was going to just say, in the more, immediate future, they've got the Pertec Enduro Cup, they want to, obviously, win that. Next driver team I want to talk about, Volvo. Mainly Scott McLaughlin and David Wall. Now, poor McLaughlin, he's had a few dramas this year and hasn't been, winning races, but he's still been quite consistent and he's doing a bloody good job for only his, third or fourth season. Started in a Volvo in 2014. Second year in a Volvo, 2014. Third year in a Volvo. Fuck. He's doing extremely well for just his third year in the Volvo. He's had a few mishaps at Bathurst. You know, there was that dickhead move by Shane Van Gisbergen back in 2014 up at the cutting, kind of screwed up. Like, he just kind of dive bombed him, and that section of road's too narrow for two cars, and he just kind of shaved the wall, and it was enough to do some damage, and yeah, it was just not cool. I would have been really pissed off at Shane Van Gisbergen if that was me. This one, I'm not too sure about, because, you know, they haven't done it for me yet. I don't know what it is. But Chaz Mostert and Steve Owen, I'm mainly saying that they're one of my contenders because, well, Steve Owen used to drive for Red Bull, well, back when it was still Triple Eight or Vodafone or whatever the hell. Back, he used to drive with Wincup, and, like, he was really good as a co-driver and helped Jamie Wincup massively in those days, helped him win races and ultimately win championships back a few years ago. So I reckon those two will definitely be good. And of course, Chaz Mostert won in 2014. It was an awesome last lap battle with Jamie Wincup, who was essentially running on fumes and stupidly decided to race the car really hard even when there was not much fuel in the tank to be doing that. But yeah, so they're my contenders. I would like to know who your contenders are for this amazing, amazing race. So leave a comment. You know you want to.